How y'all doing? Akamaru the Howling Wolf here with get the camera.
Zigguroth the Stray Fox again. We're going to do a vehicle special, and for you people that are paying attention, the
background is not moving.
We're not actually driving. Have you looked at gas prices lately? Can you blame us?
And the camera will move too if we...
Yeah, and it's kind of dangerous for us to be sitting here, and I wouldn't really get to say a whole lot because I'd have to concentrate.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to start doing a little vehicle thing about selecting a decent vehicle. Now there's been a lot of suggestions from stuff that doesn't exist, everything to bicycles. And we're going to go over some pros and cons of different vehicles and what have you. Alright, starting with this vehicle, if you can tell from the, I don't know if you can or not, this is a van. Okay, I'll admit, it's not perfect, but the large spacious cabin, it's got plenty of supplies I can hold in it, plenty of people, plenty of guns.
Yep.
It is a quick little vehicle, it's not horribly fast, but you know, speedos top out at 120, and the van will do 120, this particular van. Yes.
So GTA, motherfuckers!
Exactly. In the immortal words of every gamer I know, and a few movies.
Mike Epps.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, moving on to what Max Brooks from the Zombie Apocalypse books says, the bicycle. He says it's quiet, speedy, able to outrun them. Yeah, well...
Okay, I'd like to see somebody try that.
I'll admit, you could probably outrun the zombies with the bicycle, but...
Yeah, going down a steep hill.
Yeah, has anyone ever tried to shoot on a bicycle? I will look at it. If you send me the link...
Us.
Yeah, send us the link. We will watch you trying to shoot a pistol, whatever, shotgun. You get a guy with a 50 cal sniper rifle shooting from a bicycle, we may give you something. I'm not quite sure what. We may give you some...
We might give you some props.
Yeah, we'll give you some props or a shout out or whatever the hell, you know. But that would be pretty freaking impressive. Alright, now we also want to see how accurate, so we want to see a target. We don't want to see just some guy riding a bicycle with a pistol and shooting.
Shooting at nothing. Give us a have them shoot at a target.
Yeah, we'd like to see that. And not only do I see problems with shooting,
yeah,
if it does get you and knock you down, I don't know if any of you, probably, most people in the world ride a bike before, you've fallen. I don't know if you noticed, but your feet get caught up in the bike. If something's laying on it, I mean, you're pretty much screwed. Yeah, for sneaking around a lot, yeah, and you know the area, and you've got maybe somebody else out ahead of you that's already told you there's not as many people around. It'd be great. Yeah, I'll give it full credit for that, but
yeah,
I'm just not a huge fan of that. Now, a motorcycle
might be a little bit better than a bicycle.
Yeah, I'll give you. You can probably do it. I mean, if you can get your hand on a trike, I could really see some advantages to a trike. I mean, you don't have to worry so much about stabilizing it, keeping it balanced with your weight and everything, keeping it all stable. But you can, you know, carry quite a bit. You can actually, with that, have a comfortable gunner behind you doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could, I guess, if you put enough thought into it, you could have a gunner on a bike. But
because if any of y'all seen Terminator 2: Judgment Day, Arnold Schwarzenegger had a, don't know what kind of motorcycle it was, but it was a motorcycle, and he had a lever action shotgun, and he was able to do that. But of course, he was a
heartless killer machine
that was reprogrammed and sent back in time.
Yeah. So we're just saying that it's highly unlikely you're going to be as accurate as he is. So moving away from the two-wheel vehicles and onto the four-wheel vehicles. I personally think a four-wheeler or a dune buggy or something like that would be pretty excellent. I mean, with a dune buggy, you've got off-road capabilities that's just crazy.
And you'll also have like a good little place to put a gun mount and have somebody stand and shoot while somebody else is driving.
Yeah. Which is pretty much amazingly useful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then moving on to your standard cars. They're okay. Starting out, I mean, heck, grab one and run with it. But if you happen to be driving down the road and see somebody see a military Hummer, or please don't do what they did in The Walking Dead. I would like to strangle half those people. How many Hummers did they pass? Seriously? And they're still cruising around in the freaking RV.
I know, right?
It kind of drives me crazy, but you know, it's
That's
a
it.
movie.
I don't know if y'all can see it back there, but I also got a little Ford Focus back there. It's my mom's, of course, but oh well.
Yeah. So if you can get them, take it off. But if you run across something that's better, the worst thing you're going to have to deal with is the 15-20 minutes it's going to take you to transfer your junk over to the better vehicle.
Yeah, because if it's just you, or if you have a couple people, have them help.
Yes. And before starting to transfer your crap, make sure it runs. If somebody ditched it, there's probably there's a reason for it. One being they're either out of gas, some mechanical failure, or traffic. Traffic is always the best bet. You know, you sit there and you go, hopefully it just stopped because of traffic. So then you get in it, take off, and you find out that it was worth your time because you've now got a vehicle which has got more space, bigger, tougher, and is not going to fall apart on you. Yeah. And when you're trying to decide what kind of group you want to have, make sure you consider the possibility of having a mechanic.
Yeah.
Because not a whole lot of people can work on these newer cars. I mean, there used to be the older cars, you could just sit there and fiddle with them until they
run.
Yeah. But with all the computerizing in these new cars, you pull one wire wrong and you've just shorted out everything and you can't do anything to fix it.
Yeah, so make sure you have a mechanic, and all possible, make sure you have a doctor.
Yes. Doctors are always nice, always good. Make sure you understand what they are. Because, oh, yes, I'm a doctor. Well, what kind of doctor?
Yeah.
You don't want to end up with a plastic surgeon or some weird crap that doesn't know anything about healing.
Or psychologist.
Yeah, a therapist.
Yeah, therapist.
That'd be just perfect in the zombie apocalypse. Yeah,
They'll be the first ones you want to kill.
Well, maybe not kill, but I have to admit, having some guy who's used to being paid fortunes just for you to talk to him, ask me to tell him my feelings in the zombie apocalypse would be rather annoying. So,
it's like, so how does that make you feel?
Makes me quite angry.
Not in the van.
I can afford to replace the window. Anyway, so moving on to the bigger vehicles like the vans and the SUVs and the trucks and etc. etc. They're pretty good. I'll admit the minivan is not the ideal zombie apocalypse vehicle, but in my humble opinion, a van was good enough for the Punisher in the animated series. It's good enough for you. Yes, this is my own personal battle van. I wish.
Although, what about a limo? A stretch Hummer limo.
I don't.
I don't think that would. Because it's a little bit long to maneuver.
Little too big, but
little too big.
What do you think outside the box, though? I mean, anyway.
That way you'll have more supplies and weapons and ammo.
Military vehicles. Hell, any military vehicle's got to be fairly decent since the U.S. government uses it. Thank God.
Like a tank.
Oh, I'm sure you got.
Or an amphibian. Amphibian might be better.
I'll give you the amphibian. Any vehicle that can go over rivers and whatnot is good in my book. But moving on from what we were talking about, helicopters, airplanes, and etc. etc.
Yeah, make sure you have people that knows how to fly them. Yeah,
that's the biggest flaw to the airplane. You gotta have somebody that knows how to fly them.
Yep. Because this ain't the Matrix where you can just download shit and I'm like, hey, cool, I can fly.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right. We've talked about the pros and the cons.
We got like 5-ish minutes left.
All right, what would be your ideal vehicle to take in the zombie apocalypse? Always assuming that you have the time to learn how to use it and all of its functions and get your hands on it.
I would definitely have to go with an amphibian.
An amphibian?
Yeah.
I personally would go with the, I don't know if anyone knows what it is. I'm talking about the Osprey. The airplane that can convert its propellers from an airplane to a helicopter. I mean, you've got the ability to fly long distance with it, and then you have the ability to hover and land on a building. I mean, you gotta love that functions.
Yep.
and it's not quite as loud as a jet, and wouldn't go quite as far, but it won't use up as much gas. And if I am wrong, if some soldier or military guy knows that I'm wrong, I think it runs on regular gas. I don't think it runs on jet fuel. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, give me a comment and let me know if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We don't really care too much, but
No. Well, that is our actual vehicle. Now, how about a fantasy vehicle?
A fantasy vehicle?
Yeah.
I thought we went over this in another thing. Yeah,
Well, actually, that's not necessarily.
Now, I'll be within reason. A ground vehicle. Okay, from a classic cartoon, the original G.I. Joe series, the Dominator. I don't know if anyone knows what it is. It is a tank that can convert into a helicopter. Yeah, the little things, the propeller kicks out, the little treads flip up underneath, and it's got Gatling guns and mini cannons and all sorts of stuff.
I wonder if they're going to show that in the live-action movie of G.I. Joe Retaliation.
I don't know. If so, I'd be quite happy.
Me too.
All right, what about you?
Well, me? Dude, wow. I had to say fantasy vehicle, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Damn.
Don't suggest it if you don't have a concept.
Shut up. Well, I would possibly would have to go with the same as you.
That's just tacky. But moving on.
Yeah, shut it.
All right, people. We've talked about a lot of different types of vehicles. Let's talk about stocking your vehicle with supplies. I'm trying to, if we don't run out of time.
Or the battery runs out.
Whichever the case comes first.
Yep.
So, when stocking your vehicle, you want to have pretty much the stuff that you need in there, and you want to use the stuff in the vehicle first. You also want to have your "I gotta get the hell out of here" bag is set here, but don't take anything out of it. You want that fully supplied in case you run out. But you also, with a vehicle, you can put stuff that I'd like to have. I'd like to have my laptop so I can still watch some of the movies I've downloaded in my slow periods.
Yep.
Because people, do you really want to sit around all night long hoping the zombies aren't creeping up on you and have nothing to keep you awake? Personally?
Or occupied?
Yeah. Personally, I'd like to watch the entire TV miniseries of Witchblade. Keep me interested all day long. And if I happen to get bored, I'll go to the comics.
Yeah.
You want some little novelty stuff to keep you alive. Because there is a difference from surviving and living. Living is when you have a few comfort items. You can relax a little bit. Not too much, but just enough to make it where life is a little bit better for you.
Yep.
Have any comments before we run out of time?
Well, be on the lookout for some of our tribute videos, which we still got enough time left on here. But like I said, be on the lookout for some of our tribute videos. We'll be doing some tribute spoofs.
We'll be trying to, if we can find some editing software, because we're not.
Yeah, if anybody knows of a good place to buy video editing software, please comment or send us a link.
We appreciate it. Yep. And once again, YouTube, thank you for watching us. We are just bored out of our minds, and this seemed like a good idea.
Yep.
See you.
Bye.